What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. I got a shoe that I think is slept on, but how often are we hearing that word and how tired are we hearing the phrase slept on? Let's get right into it. I said it before and I'll say it again. I love when a brand does this. They gave us another shoe themed box. I love when the box matches the shoes, gives you a break from the norm and lets you know brand Jordan's thinking about you just a little bit. I mean, you're paying them to think about them, but you get what I'm trying to say. Size tag reads Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Stealth in white. That's it. And I think in my recent memory, if I recall, this is the only shoe that has just two colorways on the size tag. You guys let me know down in the comments if I'm wrong about that. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present to you this particular one, the Air Jordan 1 Stealth. We'll talk about it and then we'll talk about it some more. So let's get into the shoe itself. On the bottom, radio traction pads, same as any Air Jordan 1 and that stealth colorway. As the size tag suggests, white, 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 stealth, white, stealth, white. That's it for the colorways, like legitimately, stealth and white. And that's one of the things that maybe turns some people off or turns some people on about this shoe, but that's coming in a minute. As far as the material is concerned, that's where the real story lies. I heard this is goat leather. Goat. So hey, for the last 2 years, I've been saying that I'm not the materials guy. That's true then and it's true now. And I assume that anything that has skin can be turned into leather. You get it. But hey, goats make leather apparently too, and apparently that's what's made on this shoe. And guys, honestly, I can feel it. I think I can feel it. If my tactile resources are working, this does feel a lot different than your standard Air Jordan 1. Now, of course, we know goats are a lot smaller animals than cows. They have thinner skin, a lot less body fat. So I imagine that either takes more or less layers of goat skin to make this leather, but you can definitely feel there's a difference. And I don't know if it's because of the goats having a difference in body composition, but here we are. This goat, and we'll talk about some more goats in a minute. Standard nylon tongue with what I assume again is a goat skin leather tongue tag with a white Nike Air, as well as on the back of that tongue tag, the inscription reads quality inspired by the greatest player ever. The branding that's across all the silhouettes at some point or another, as well as an actual goat symbol. So feel free to interpret that how you want. Michael Jordan's the GOAT. This is made out of goat leather. I don't particularly see how this ties into the Jordan 1 Stealth. The color blocking really is either really great, depending on how you're trying to flip and freak this shoe, or it's lackluster and leaves a lot to be desired. I do like the gray and white, but the white leaves a lot of negative space. That wasn't as apparent on the most recent release of the Jordan 1 Heritage, which came out, I believe, sometime in May or so. That shoe was the cousin to this one, except wherever there's a stealth colorway, that one had, I think, the varsity red on. I'm gonna go ahead and put this shoe up to the camera. Hopefully it's gonna pick up how tumbled that swoosh is. And when I flip the same shoe over, hopefully it knows how not tumbled the swoosh is. I don't know what breeds that. I don't know where that comes from. This particular shoe, the yellow toes that I just received, had some wildly inconsistent materials on the shoe coming straight from Nike Sneakers app. This particular shoe does come with the flat cotton stealth colored lace. And maybe old to you, but new to me, is Nike's attempt at continuing to push their move to zero initiative, that we no longer get lace bags, at least not as of this review. This lace bag is now a lace box and cardboard. And that cardboard does have a Jumpman logo on it with the word shoelaces. And on the other side, it does have another Jumpman logo with the words move to zero. And of course, the Move to Zero initiative, Nike's journey toward a zero carbon and zero waste future. So while I guess the box is recyclable, if you throw it on the ground, it's gonna probably stay there for the next 100 years anyway. So, but good on you, Nike, for trying to do the right thing. I applaud you. So the reason why I mentioned this shoe may be a great asset to some is because of its customization properties. Earlier on, I had hinted about the Jordan 1 Heritage, and I didn't have a shoe in hand to show you the Heritage and how customizable it can be from its base form. But now you gotta forgive me because I've been beating the hell out of these shoes nearly every week since the shoe first dropped. But here are the final products of what I turned the Heritage from into. Of course, there's this Jordan 1 Bread and this Jordan 1 Black Toe. You know, I made this the OG version, one with the black tongue on it, just for shits and giggles sake. But again, this is how customizable the Jordan 1 Heritage is. And hopefully you guys like that and, you know, not flaming me too much. You know, I was feeling froggy, so 2 pairs, 2 customizations. Because of all the white space, this particular shoe lends itself to the same customization process. Now, I'm not quite sure if there's ever been a triple white OG high to release. I do know that there are triple white mids that have released, and I think they're actually releasing right now, but I'm not quite sure if you got this in the high. So that being said, this may turn into something. Not quite sure what yet, but There is a Jordan 1 low that's coming out. I think it's a UNC that has a UNC toe cap with some gray in the back. Might make a pretty dope low to high conversion. I'll post a picture up if you guys see it. I'm gonna try to think about if I can get a perfect match for the UNC color blocking. Maybe do some exposed foam at the top here. You know, bear with me, we'll see. Might not be too bad. But I'm curious, if you guys had to change this into another shoe, what would you want to make it? Would you continue the gray pattern around? Would you make it to a black toe similar to a silver toe Jordan 1s? Let me know what you guys would do with this particular shoe. I guess I forgot to mention that the shoe lace is actually a white color lace. I mean, literally stealth in white, that's it. I would be remiss if I did not mention actually how good the sock liner is. The sock liner is in that stealth colorway, but it's almost like a suede on the interior. And I'm not quite sure what the camera's looking like. Let me actually take this lace bag out for the lace box. Take the lace box out. Before it falls on the floor, rub my fingers in there, hoping the camera's gonna pick this up, but there is definitely a lot of motion in this thing. I think it's suede, you know, again, not the materials guy, but this is actually a nice little feeling part of the shoe. Definitely different from any of the Jordan 1s I think I have. I think the most radical thing I've seen on Jordan 1 is the quilted inside, but here you go with the suede interior. Not bad. A brand Jordan has been using the stealth moniker for a few releases. I can't remember if it's all this year, but for sure, we had the Stealth 12s drop this year, which you can see is just literally a silhouette change difference. The colors are all very similar. The whites and stealth, I mean, it's probably a perfect Pantone match for each shade. So Stealth 12s dropped this year, Stealth 1s this year, and it was also, I believe, Stealth 5 sometime earlier this year, maybe around March. And that shoe was a little bit different. It had a blue interior sock liner, I believe, and maybe black around the shark's teeth. Why Jordan brand opted to not make that shoe a clone of these with just a Jordan 5 silhouette swap, I'm not sure, but for whatever reason, they included the blue and the black in that shoe and not blue and black in either one of these shoes. And that's about all I had for this shoe. I'm gonna go outside, give you a few lace swap options, really probably just a black lace, gray, white, and black. Yeah, I don't know, maybe a yellow, I don't know. This shoe is weird in its color and its execution. I mean, gray and white, pretty monotone to me, but that's where we're at. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for sticking in there with me for the last couple of years. I got more stuff coming. I got more shoes always. Be sure to check us out on Geeks and Soul every Monday night at 9 p.m. Follow Mr. Unloved Ones if you're not already. We do a dope show for about an hour. It's a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys. Get outside. Until the next one, I'm the J Shoe Fanatic. I'm out. I can smell it. Oh, the original cut. There it absolutely is. I might like it better than the 2020 version. Those ones right. And I had it.